Alright, so I got everything soldered out this morning. I went to the garage and it's pretty cold out there. It's only about 5 degrees, but my soldering iron had no trouble doing this, even with all the stars already screwed down. I had to do it beforehand just because the way I was wiring it, I would have no way to get the thermal grease underneath the stars. You know, if I want to put some card under them in order to keep the heat. But anyway, so I got them all wired up. Got some half-ass harnesses here and stuff like that. All my O2 surplus drivers from Aaron. Got one of the Meanwhile power supplies, 24 volts, 13 amps. So one of these is technically enough to handle my system, because I'm even though I have the 4 boards here, I'm only using 3 of them, so like 4 amps each at 12 amps, and this is good for 13. But that's kind of pushing it. So when I actually set it up, I have 2 of these that I'm going to use. That way I can split it up a bit. I'm going to put the fans, which I'm going to add to the fixture later. I'll put the fans on one driver along with the XPGs and the XPEs, and then all the XMLs will be on their own 2 drivers, keeping them separate. Anyway, I made a boo-boo when I was setting this all up. This star here is backwards, so it doesn't work. So the XMLs on this one heatsink won't light up. Everything else works fine. I've tested it all. There's no shorts or anything like that. So I still gotta get some of that. There's this clear coat you can get. It's a spray adhesive, and it pretty much waterproofs everything and seals it. And you can spray it completely all over everything, all over your heat sinks and LEDs, and cover the optics and everything. Well, you take the optics off, but just standard optics. You spray over them, and then you can literally dunk the fixture under water, and it won't short out or anything. So anyway, I got some sunnies here because I have to put these things on so I can actually see what I'm doing here. I'm gonna fire it up. All the analog dimmers, like Aaron put these trim pots on here. Let's see here. Put these trim pots so that I can adjust the max current through each LED before I go to pulse wave for my dimming. So anyway, I have this. I just put a little Murat cap thing over my 5-volt bypass for the pulse waves, because I don't have a controller set up, so I just want to go max output all the time. So anyway, with analog, this is the dimmest I can go with my setup here. Let's plug it in. It's pretty bright, so the room looks dark now, but it's because the phone's messing with the contrast there, trying to get a good light level. Anyway, you can see how I swapped 2 heat sinks. I can't remember why I did that. I want, the blue, and then it swaps for the other 2. So it's pretty much so I could have a different pattern. I don't even know what I was thinking when I did it, but whatever, I gotta deal with it now. Anyway, yeah, 2 heat sinks are exact. The other 2 are mirror images, essentially. So anyway, I'm gonna boost up some currents here so you guys can see the difference here. It's gonna boost up 1x, the XML on the very left there. So I'm kind of pushing it with my current and my string right now. My voltage drop over the entire string of 7 is a little bit too high for this power supply to handle. But there you can see it go. And this should be technically around 2000 milliamps. I'm probably closer to about 1700 right now. Just can't handle it. So, my power supply is probably putting up about 26 volts right now, but it can't keep up with the current. So all I'm going to do is set my maximum to about 1500, and that's what I'll have to deal with for the fixture. So I'm going to fire up a couple more of these just so you can see how bright this thing gets. I got 2 trim pots for each of these XML strings, so they're hooked up in parallel. So you can see this one has the optics on it, this one doesn't. I was just playing around. A couple of these have fallen off too. I just use a heat gun. I didn't want to epoxy them or anything, but yeah, it's quite a bit different. Like, I can almost look at this fixture on the left, where the one in the center there is too bright just because of the light scattered everywhere. And I keep boosting these up. XML on the last heatsink there. can hardly see what I'm doing because this thing's so bright. Now I'm going to go neutral whites on the two right hand sinks. Oh, I guess I'm doing the left, sorry. The left two, now the right two. Get it here. So you can see how much more yellow those are than the cool whites. And now the blue, sorry about that, the blue is the intense one. One more. So that there's a whole fixture at max power. Now, it still looks dark. If I can get it to adjust to the room, it's bright in here. Like it's like a tanning bed essentially. Let's back up a bit. The iPhone does not like this at all. Anyway, you can see it just adjusted. This is my other room with my other tanks. So anyway, that's how bright it is. Just gonna let them bake for a bit here, see what happens. You know, I just want to leave everything running. Turns out these drivers, if you're drawing too much and they start to overheat themselves, the lights start to flicker almost like you have an open. And eventually they shut off. So as soon as I see that happen, I've been pulling the plug and readjusting and then firing it back up. But it seems to work so well. Like these drivers are fantastic. You know, like I've been having no trouble with these, and you know, everything. Oh, there we go. So that one there's the XML that's starting to overheat, or the driver's starting to overheat. So I just back it off. Actually, those are the neutral whites. You know, as soon as I back off the current a bit, oh, you know, see, everything heats up pretty much the same. There, I was running those a bit too hard. So pretty much, that's one problem with the power supply supplying all these strings of LEDs. There are a couple different voltage drops here. Like the XMLs don't drop the same as the XPGs. XPGs have 6 LEDs in a string, and they're much less efficient than the XMLs, who have 7 LEDs in a string. So the difference is causing my drivers to overheat a bit. The difference in the voltage drops, since oh, there's a roll of blue going. The chips have to drop the difference between strings. So if one string's putting out drops 27 volts, the other drops 24. The driver that's only putting out 24 volts has to drop off the rest of the voltage as heat, and then there's your overheating. And you can see I still got some of these maxed out, others aren't. So color banding, I don't know if you can. There's my hand. So I guess we'll have to find out how she looks. So these are all essentially taking turns overheating. And like I said, I've tested this. Every problem is completely correctable by using another power supply. So you know, if I was doing a simpler build, I would stick to all one type of LED, all XMLs or all XPGs or you know, bridge electric, whatever you're going with. Anyway, gotta go back out to the garage and fix that one string on the right there. Hopefully I didn't blow anything, it should be fine, but I'll talk to you later.